there is no better way to explore this vast parkland than in the back of a Defender. And Nick Lane Fox, alongside me, is the owner of Bramham, the president of the Horse Trials. And who was it that first invented this as an event?
My father, I think, was the moving force. He left the army in 1972, and he did a hunter trial that year. He did a one-day event in 73, and then set up this in 74.
And was he a rider himself?
He hunted. Yeah, he hunted, team chased, and that sort of thing. I think he'd be the first person to say he never did dressage. Was never any good at that, but he really loved horses and loved horse sports, and thought this would be an ideal spot for it.
It looks in magnificent condition. You think about all that rain we had, and there are some benefits, and we get it looking.
Yeah, well, we're lucky. We're very lucky. We're on limestone, so it drains quite quickly. And if anything, we spend more time watering and keeping things from getting too hard than the other way around usually.
And what you've got here, the benefit of really great undulations to give you interest in the course, challenges for the horses as well, and the fact that it just looks so lovely. The trees and the way they're planted and all these avenues that come off that central dial.
Absolutely. You think that my sort of ancestor in the beginning of the 18th century had I'm not sure he had quite had horse trials in mind, but he certainly had an eye for the countryside.
How big is it as a park?
Well, the sort of designed landscape is about 500 acres. That also relates to the house, and you get views from the house, and there are all sorts of temples and interconnected views. It's all about variety. You have to, as you walk around, you get a different view as you get to different spots.
But you must love it when it's full of people who love being outdoors. They love the countryside. They love this sport, and they love horses and dogs.
Yes, yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely being able to show it off. I get very sort of, rather smug when it looks like this. It's lovely. At this time of year, it looks, as you say, so wonderful. It's difficult for it to look bad now. And it's lovely to share it with people.
You have the Leeds Festival here as well, don't you?
We do indeed. Slightly different crowd. I'm sure that I hope that perhaps they'll progress from the Leeds Festival to horse trials as they get older. Maybe.
It may not be much crossover, but, it's interesting just to have very, very a different vibe to the place.
Yeah.
It seems so perfectly suited, though, for this. And it's a really important event this year. It's the 50th anniversary, but also in terms of its timing ahead of the Olympics, it's going to be crucial.
Yes. I mean, we back in 2012, when badminton and Chatsworth had both been cancelled before the London Olympics, I think we were the final trial for not only Great Britain, but for about 12 other nations as well. And we had a lot of rain. We were very worried we couldn't run. We ran 2 days across country in the end, and we literally got the BBC to do a weather tracks are right over us. So Ian said we could probably take another 5 mils of rain on the course before it wouldn't be safe. And the BBC said you'll get 3. So indeed we got 3, and we managed to do it.
Well, that is by the skin of your teeth.
Yes, exactly. But no, it's marvelous that we can take part in that sort of process. And in a normal year, a non-Olympic year, we always seem to have a large French contingent seem to come along, and we're very well supported by other nations because I think they appreciate the kind of the step up we are, on their way to the big boys of badminton and Burley.
And everything seems so beautifully integrated. The fences almost look as if they're part of the landscape.
I think that's that. Take that up with Ian Stark. He's the man who's done that, and he is a genius. So and I'm very sad it's his last year doing it.
You said your father did a bit of riding. What about you? Do you ever come out and think, "Oh,
yeah, I did." I used to say that I jumped everything on my 14-2 pony. I jumped every horse trials fence, but there was one big drop off a table which I'd never quite managed on my 14-2. But and then when I was in the army, I vented a little bit. I'm afraid I only went up to sort of intermediates, but and I was never very good. But I loved it. It was great fun.
So you appreciate what they have to go out there,
absolutely,
and do,
yeah.
And how tough it is, and how much training it takes to get up to this
stage. Absolutely, it really is, and their the dedication that they have to it, and the professionals that they are, really comes through.
Tell me what you've got planned then to celebrate the 50th anniversary.
Well, we've got Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal coming to present the prizes on Sunday. She came and competed at the very first one in 1974. And we sort of asked her with very little hope in our minds that she might consider coming to do it, and she accepted. Oh, so we're very excited about that, and that'll be a lovely thing that she did the first one, and she's coming to our only sadness possibly is that Zara had to withdraw her horse, and wouldn't that have been a fairy tale if you'd been able to?
That would have been very good.
Yeah.
Exactly. As we know, it doesn't always quite work like that.
No.
It is an event that obviously you are hugely invested in, not only financially, but emotionally as well. It matters to you. It's part of the identity of Bramham.
Part of the identity of the estate, and it's part of the sort of the timetable of any year. And it's a great discipline as well as being lucky enough to own somewhere like this, having something like this to work towards and to get it all looking perfect for. It gets you out of bed to do it in the morning. Not that I do much of the work, but it's lovely that it looks like this now.
Yeah, it's a testament, I think, to your planning and the team that go into
the team is
preparing it. Yeah.
The team are absolutely amazing, and our office team, and then the team who do the groundwork and things as well. David Evans, who builds the course, and Ian designs the stunning course as well. So all together,
top job. Well, enjoy it if you can now. Relax.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll relax when Her Royal Highness gets back on her helicopter on Sunday afternoon. Then possibly I can relax.
Nick Lane Fox giving us the first of our Defender Diaries here at Bramham.